This is a story about a productive man and his screen printing business. This man ran a successful business screen printing on garments and heat transfer sheets. But as the business grew over the years, the man's business became stagnant, and bottlenecks in production prevented him from improving production speed and production volume. This was very frustrating to the productive man. He didn't know how to overcome these bottlenecks, and all the while his competitors continued to grow and thrive. There was one specific bottleneck that seemed to challenge the productive man. The bottleneck in production occurred during the process of adding powder onto the wet screen prints on the heat transfer sheets. This process was time-consuming. The application of even a layer of powder was a tedious, precise process, and the removal of excess powder was even more difficult. To make matters worse, on some days the static electricity made the process of removal even harder, even virtually impossible in some cases. This process was difficult to manage, and the productive man despised assigning this task to his employees because they ended up covered in powder with the risk of inhaling the toxic substance. It was a slow, complicated and dirty process that he didn't know how to improve. The productive man decided to do some research on the topic to improve this challenging process. He soon found a Danish company specializing in this process. This company was named Weiss-machines. The Danes had developed a machine to handle this process in an effective and healthy way. They called it the Weiss powder-applicator, or just WPA. This machine automated the process of applying powder to the wet screen-printed prints on the heat transfer sheets. This was interesting to the productive man, but more interestingly was the machine's capability to discharge the build-up of static electricity. The Danes claimed that the Weiss powder-applicator discharged and removed all excess powder from the heat transfer sheets. This almost seemed too good to be true. There had to be a downside to the machine. What about the pollution of the working environment, the productive man thought. The productive man felt sure that this must be the weak point of the machine. But again, the productive man was surprised. The Danes marketed their machines as the best in class when the elimination of pollution in the working environment was considered. The machine had a highly effective air filtration system to ensure the worker's health. This machine was the answer to the productive man's frustrations. He now had the opportunity to increase production speed, and at the same time he didn't have to feel bad when asking his employees to produce screen prints on heat transfer sheets. They wouldn't be covered in powder anymore, and even better, they would not be inhaling it either. If the productive man sounds a lot like you and you want to learn more about his success with this powerful machinery from Weiss-machines, or to view performance videos and product guides, visit www.weiss-machines.com.